or Kenshin1913 along with
Mom.
And this is another Cooking with Kenshin1913 breakfast edition. What are we making today?
French toast, homemade French toast.
Yum.
Okay, our ingredients are going to be eggs.
We're going to be making a custard.
Milk.
Yes.
Sugar.
Yes.
Little vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Ground cinnamon.
Yep.
My little extra tweak into this is a little bit of orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
And of course your bread.
Yeah.
We happen to be using what they call Texas toast, and you'll see it's cut bigger, thicker.
Yeah.
And that's because you don't want it to totally get saturated.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use this. You can use an Italian bread. You can use a thicker, an American bread, but let it almost like it's several days old, so it's not real soft. And of course, you can use French bread and slice it. So we're going to get started. Okay, what we're actually doing is making something similar to a custard. What I'm using, it will make about a whole loaf of this Texas toast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing 4 eggs. You could also do half egg beaters if you don't want to use all the eggs. So you can do 1 or 2 eggs and then the rest
half a cup of egg
beaters.
Yeah. 1 cup of egg beater or 1 cup of egg substitute is actually 4 eggs.
The other thing is we're using milk, low fat. You can use any, whole milk, 2%. Some people also use half and half.
Yeah, you can substitute
or cream. So you can experiment with how you like it and how rich you like it. So what I'm going to do is start to beat up these eggs a little.
Yeah, and you want to make this mixture in a bowl that's big enough that you can dip the bread into, because that's what we're going to be doing. Now the thing oh, go ahead.
I'm going to put some sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't measure all of this stuff. I kind of eyeball it because I've been doing it for so long.
But
I would say maybe a good heaping tablespoon of sugar.
So you got sugar and eggs. So what I like to do, well anyways, there's a couple of ways that you can do French toast. I mean, you can really let that thing soak, but you don't want to. You kind of just want to let it go. So here she's
putting my cinnamon, and my cinnamon I'm putting probably a good couple of teaspoons.
Maybe 2 teaspoons, 2 or 3 teaspoons. Again,
if you don't like it a lot of cinnamon, you don't have to put a lot into it.
You could put a little bit of nutmeg in if you want. That's not how we usually roll. This is our once again. This is our version of
and this is really so simple. And if you're doing it, just for a couple of people, and you do a whole loaf, you can freeze your French toast, and then you don't have to buy the frozen one.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never buy that. And I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we've ever... The last time we bought our own French toast was like literally French toast sticks. Now let's say you're just making it for yourself. You want to make your own French toast. Probably use 1 egg. You know what I mean? Then you'd have to quarter everything.
Yeah.
But once you start making it, you can eyeball the mixture.
Okay.
Alright, so now you're going to
put in... I'm going to add my little secret ingredient.
Yeah, a dash of orange juice. It just gives it like, I don't know, bursts up the flavor a little bit, I feel. And then finally,
while I'm doing this, I'm turning my skillet on.
Yeah, now
because you want your skillet to be nice and hot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're mixing all of this together.
Yeah.
And as I said, you can, many people will add some half and half or some cream. Along with the milk, or in addition.
Now you're putting a ton of milk. That must have been like 2 cups, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm sorry again. You kind of got to judge, because you don't want it to be totally milky.
And you don't want it to be all eggy.
And you don't want it to be all eggy.
Yeah. So I would say probably 1.5 to 2 cups of milk.
Okay, so this is, and it doesn't have to be, it's not thick.
Yeah.
As you can see. But you want to be able to see that cinnamon in there. and we're set.
One thing I want to mention about the cooking surface. Some people might not have skillets. You can use a frying pan. If you have a non-stick pan, you won't have to worry about sticking. But something that I like to do is I like to add a pat of butter to my for the initial cook. I usually add a pat of butter just to kind of get the surface nice and ready to roll.
You can also do a little bit of the
Cooking spray.
cooking spray.
But yeah, you can cook. I've seen people cook French toast in a frying pan, in a skillet. So you want to get your temp. You want to get your temp up pretty hot, medium-high heat.
Here's a trick. I wet my hands, so you got a few beads of water on it. You put it on there, and you see how it just disappears.
Yeah.
And then you know it's ready to start.
Yeah. So let's get moving on this while the opportunity is right. See, my mom and myself make French toast a tad bit different. I don't mix the French toast as much as I should. I kind of keep it a little eggy because I kind of like that crisp egg on the outside sometimes. And then I put in nutmeg. I put in like cinnamon sugar essence and stuff, but I do mine a little different. But it's basically the same recipe. So we're gonna take out this bread here. Now let's show you how we're actually gonna throw it in there. So go ahead. All right. So this thing can put about 4 at a time. So.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, and as you can see, the cinnamon rose up to the top, so I just want to mix that quickly.
You might want to hurry up. I can really feel the heat here.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm putting it in, but I'm not letting it totally saturate.
Yeah, and then you're draining the excess a little bit, and then you're throwing it on here. Now, sometimes the first batch will be the test batch if you're doing this for, if you haven't done it in a while. Because as you're putting them on, you gotta be kind of quick with what you're doing. So
I'm doing 3, so I have some room to.
But you can usually do 4. So what you have to do is just let them. You just have to let them sit for like a moment or two, and then you gotta flip them. And actually, I always used to have a lot of trouble flipping them. No, there you go, that one. That one should be ready. Might be a little burnt. Smell it. No, perfect.
Perfect.
That's what you want right there. That is what you want. And see, it only takes like a few minutes here. Not even. And you just flip it. And this is why Texas toast is the best. If you're using a different type of toast, you obviously have to flip it faster, and also you won't let it sit in the custard as fast or as much. So yeah, we'll just continue to cook the French toast, and we'll be back to eat it. Well, actually, you want to take one off and show how both sides are completely done? Seriously, it only takes. Look at this; it's beautiful. Boom.
Yeah.
Look at that. See. You can get them a little browner if you want, if you really like it a little crunchy or whatever, but that's usually how we do it.
And as I mentioned, is that look how wonderful this is. This is all fresh stuff, and if you're making extra, you can individually freeze them and have them whenever you want.
Yeah. All right, so here is our French toast. Doesn't it look lovely? What we ended up doing is just putting a little syrup and powdered sugar on it, because that's how we roll around here. So let's try it here. Boom. And then me. Some about how light and fluffy it is with the.
I love French toast.
With the Texas toast, it's just really, really good. I could eat this all day, but yeah, this is a perfect breakfast meal. Hell, you can get really creative with this and make. What do they call them? Cordon bleu sandwiches? Or no?
Count de Monte Cristo.
Yeah, Count de Monte Cristo. You put ham and cheese in French toast, and then you fry it. It's delicious. But yeah, French toast.
But your imagination is endless. You can put fresh fruit on here. Yeah. Some people even eat them for lunch.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a breakfast staple. Now you know how to make it. So This has been Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom.
This has been another Cooking with Kenshin1913.
Enjoy and happy eating.